Yes, sir. So this is part three, bros. We're just gonna hear this last interview that TMZ does with T.O. about his situation with this Karen that he ran into in his neighborhood and whatnot. And he's gonna make a couple of comments that just shows you how athletes are just out of touch when it comes to race-related conversations. How they only talk because of maybe sponsors, maybe status, because it's trendy. The list goes on, but let's check it out.
Why did you keep your cool? Why were you cognizant of making sure, hey, I don't get too excited here?
Well, man, honestly, like I said, I mean, just with the statement that she said, in the video, just saying I'm a black man approaching a white woman. Again, like I said, if the wrong type of cops would have come out, and it, like I said, they got the wrong type of information. You saw the video, she started crying. You never know how that situation could have turned. And so for me, I was very aware of the situation. Like I said, the world got to see what a lot of us black people have been sharing with America for so many years with what happened with George Floyd. It took a camera and almost 9 minutes for people to witness and see what I experienced, in the other night. It took them to experience that, to experience what I've been going through. I've done it, I've been in certain situations like that before. And what we as a black community have been experiencing for many, many years. So I said that because that situation could have gone left. Bro, we could be talking, or I wouldn't even be here talking if that situation would have gone so bad. Bro, I could have died, to be quite honest.
Here we go with the BS. Now T.O. is going into overdramatic mode. A dude like T.O., and I hope I'm wrong, but it feels like he's excited that he's excited that this happened to him. His dumb ass talking about, the situation that you're in, you kept your cool and you still stayed out there. What stopped you from going home? You feel me, bros? What's stopping you, or what's stopping somebody that you know? What's stopping them from walking away from a situation? Is it pride? Do they not want to look weak? Do they have to basically partake and escalate in the situation for what? To prove something to some people that don't matter? You should already know that you're getting viewed as a black man in the eyes of some quote unquote white woman. She shouldn't have to tell you that. We got to understand where we at. We got to understand that we can't be making these silly ass moves just to prove a point or make a video for cool points, bros. This isn't for any validation. This isn't trying to prove that we're victims and whatever and whatnot, bros. We can't be walking out here with this victim mindset trying to record anything. We got to use that to our, our defense and whatnot for sure. Document everything when it comes down to these females. Video proof, text messages, emails and whatnot. Because like I said, a good amount of these females are not playing with the full deck. A good amount of them, not all but most, are Karens. Doesn't matter if they're Caucasian, black, quote unquote, Indian, Chinese, whatever it may be. They're all Karens. They will all call the cops on you, bros.
There's been a number of situations, and countless black men and people have been in this situation, and they didn't live to tell their truth. You think about the Emmett Till situation years ago. I always heard about the Emmett Till situation, but once I posted the video and I kept seeing the comments of Emmett Till, this is similar. I researched it and I'm like, man, I was blown away because I didn't know the details of how he died.
You mean to tell me that you're 48 years old, so it's 2022 right now, you were born around what, like 74? Something like that? It took place in 1955. But this is what I try to say when athletes are out of touch, and it's not their fault. They're worried about their craft. T.O. was a top tier athlete, bros. He's worried about football. He's probably slaying all the chicks. The list goes on. He's not worried about race because everybody's kissing his ass. Caucasian woman included, bros. That's why he might feel like he's entitled to a sort of different treatment than the average brother making it happen on a day-to-day basis, bros. You got to pay attention when these athletes, former athletes and artists and entertainers want to talk about race. They're doing it with an agenda. You just don't know about it because you're infatuated with them talking about the things that you've been talking about. T.O., 48 years old, bro. For you to almost be damn near 50 years old. You don't know about the Emmett Till situation, bro? But like I said before, sometimes it takes knuckleheads and a good amount of people that are ignorant to a lot of things. They have to go through things the harder and longer way for them to figure out what's what and what's not. It is what it is.
Honestly, like I said, what she stated in those in that clip in that video was false accusations to the nth degree. And I took it to heart. And I say that because honestly, man, the roles could have been reversed. And I could have died, bro. I mean, I could have died. And the storyline would be totally different.
Let me hit you with one more before you go. As far as your petition, what do you think is appropriate here? Talking punishment. What would you like to see happen to the woman?
I think there should be some consequences to her actions. You just can't go around and blurt out things like that.
Then take her to court. Take her to civil court. Talk about defamation, false accusations, things like that. If the police department doesn't file any charges, then take it upon yourself to make it happen. You got people signing a petition. I'm lost, bros. But when has people ever signing a petition ever amounted to anybody getting arrested, getting charges filed against them?
And then go about your everyday.
What do you think is appropriate here? Talking punishment. What would you like to see happen to the woman?
I think there should be some consequences to her actions. You just can't go around and blurt out things like that and then go about your everyday life and feel like as though you've gotten away with it. Because people are going to witness this, they're going to monitor this, and they feel that she got away with it. Somebody else is going to feel like they can do the same thing. But me, like I said, in the beginning, it was lighthearted. I didn't really, I wasn't going to do it.
I promise you, none of these Caucasian females have to see that video to feel like they could do the same thing. They already feel like they could do that automatically without even seeing this video to begin with, bros. That's why all of these videos exist or are coming out now, because they don't feel like you're going to record. So they're going to show you how they truly feel. And people should take that. People should thank them when they show you how they really feel, how they really think about you. You should thank them.
But then I had to step back, and I had some friends to talk to me. I was like, man, this really is a serious matter. They had to bring it to my attention. Like, T, what if you weren't you? What if it was some aggressive cops or whatever that came in and listened to what she said with her statement, and they came toward me, and me knowing that
Yo, bro, you hear T.O. saying all of this, right? But why isn't anybody asking him, like, do you think you could have avoided this situation? Understanding your stature compared to this little Caucasian female, do you feel like you should have waited in the house? You feel me? What if it was some aggressive officers and they came through and tackled this dude? Who knows? I bet you T.O. had a good amount of time to go into his residence and wait for the police if they had something to talk about. Or he could have waited in his car. He wanted to sit outside of the car and talk to this chick. Obviously, she's lying. Crocodile tears when the cops show up. But you should already know, though, bros, the cops are going to be against you automatically. Stop expecting the cops to be on your side when they're expecting you to be the culprit.
In this situation, I'm going to resist, because they're taking her side versus my side. That situation could have.
This dude just said some idiotic shit. Hold on, I got to run it back. This is why you cannot take athletes serious whatsoever. He just said when the officers get there and they might have been aggressive that he would have resisted. Bros, it's not going to do you any good resisting anything, bros. Keep things calm and cool. And like I said, if he was going to his residence and now you know that the police are coming, man, it's time for you to go over to your residence. Why are you staying in the same vicinity as this chick? Bros, it does you no harm to walk away from a situation before it escalates. To see the next day, is it worth it to try to look for bail money or whatever it may be? over some female, some low tier female, bruh. Let's be honest. But let's just hear what he had to say real quick.
What she said with her statement, and they came toward me, and me knowing that I'm innocent in this situation, I'm going to resist, because they're taking her side versus my side. That situation could have turned all bad.
Terrell, thank you so much for coming on and telling the story. Obviously,
Absolutely.
something that is incredibly important, and we appreciate your time so much. Story.
All bad.
Terrell, thank you so much for coming on and telling the story. Obviously,
Absolutely.
something that is incredibly important, and we appreciate your time so much.
Hey, yo, man, it's enough of that, though. But, bro, it's like, it's not going to do you any justice to try to resist when you have a run-in with the police, bros. There's a lot of people that have run-ins with the police, rightfully, wrongfully, but they're here to talk about it. They're here to tell you what they went through, the proper procedures, so you can see the next day. You're not a victim, bros. Stop walking around like a victim. Stop feeling bad for yourself because you see things on the media. You feel like everybody's out here to get you. You're a victim. The list goes on. Can't roll like that. You feel me? And we got to just move accordingly, bros. We can't just be out here bullshitting and getting into dumb stuff. Walking into dumb things over some low tier females. People losing lives, people getting injured, people getting arrested, wrongfully convicted over these bozo females. And they show you time and time again why you cannot believe all females, bros. But TL got his wake up call because, like I said, he got entitled from dealing with all of these females and getting his ass kissed since he was a teenager, to where he has to get into something to where he's almost 50 years old to find out what happened with Emmett Till. To where people are talking about Emmett Till in the comment section. His boys is like, damn, Emmett Till, that's something similar and whatnot. Because you had an altercation, quote unquote, with a Caucasian female. She calls the police and now you don't know how it's going to end up. But it's enough of that. I'm out.